like ships in the night. You keep passing me by, we're just wasting time, trying to prove who's right. And if it all goes crashing into the sea, if it's just you and me, trying to find a light, like ships in the night, letting cannonballs fly. Say what you mean and it turns to a fight. Fists fly from my mouth as it turns south. You're down the driveway, I'm on the couch, chasing your dreams since the violent 5th grade. Trying to believe in your silent own way, cause we'll be okay, I'm not going away. Like we watched it 14 as it went down the drain. And pop stayed the same and your mom moved away. How many of our parents seem to make it anyway? We're just fumbling through the gray, trying to find a heart that's not walking away. Turn the lights down low, walk these halls alone. We can feel so far from so close, like ships in the night. You keep passing me by, we're just wasting time, trying to prove who's right. And if it all goes crashing into the sea, if it's just you and me, trying to find a light, like ships in the night. You're passing me by, you're passing me by, like ships in the night. I'm at the airport waiting on a second plane, had to pack and you cramps and I was late, headed to a red carpet. They won't know my name, riding in silence, all that we wanna say. About to board when you call on the phone, you say I'm sorry, I'll be waiting at home. Feels like we're burning this out on our own, trying to find a way down a road we don't know. Turn the lights down low, walk these halls alone. We can feel so far from so close, like ships in the night. You keep passing me by, we're just wasting time, trying to prove who's right. And if it all goes crashing to the sea, if it's just you and me, trying to find a light, like ships in the night. You're passing me by, you're passing me by, like ships in the night. In the night, you keep passing me by, we're just wasting time, trying to prove who's right. And if it all goes crashing into the sea, if it's just you and me, trying to find a light, like ships in the night. You're passing me by, passing me by, like ships in the night.
Let's go, make no excuses now. I'm talking here and now, I'm talking here and now. Let's go, your time is running out. I'm talking here and now, I'm talking here and now. It's not about what you've done, it's about what you do. It's all about where you're going, no matter where you've been. Let's go.
song on so many different dials. Cause I got more hits than a disciplined child. So when they see me, everybody baracks. Man, I'm like a young gun, fully barack. I cry teardrops over the massive attack. I only make hits like I work with a racket and back. Look at my jacket and hat, so down berserk, so down to earth. I'm bringing gravity back, adopted by the major. I want my family back. People work hard just to get all their salary tax. Look, I'm just a writer from the ghetto like Mallory Black. Man, where the hell's all the sanity at? Damn, I used to be the kid that no one cared about. That's why you have to keep screaming till they hear you out. Strain. They say that money is the root to the evilest ways. But have you ever been so hungry it keeps you awake? Mate, now my hunger will leave them amazed. Great, it feels like a long time coming. Fam, since the day I thought of that cunning plan. One day I had a dream, I tried to chase it, but I wasn't going nowhere. Running, man, I knew that maybe someday I would understand. Trying to change a 10 to 100 grand. Everyone's a kid that no one cares about. You just gotta keep screaming till they hear you out.
Rich, aka Reese's, and this is Jugglers on Juggling.